By the end of this video, you're going to know the ins and outs of protecting yourself from a covert narcissist. So be sure to stick around till the end of the video because the last point is by far the most powerful. You don't want to miss this. Let's dive in. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tammy M. Joyce. I'm an empowerment life coach specializing in codependency and narcissistic abuse recovery for empaths, scapegoats, and awakening light leaders. If you're new to my channel, a very special welcome. Please take a second to say hello and introduce yourself in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a new video. So let's talk about how to protect yourself from a covert narcissist, otherwise known as the masters of the dupe. Covert narcissists are people who go through life pretending to be something that they are not. Pretending to be meek and shy and reserved and mild-mannered and altruistic and kind and ever so generous and empathic, when in reality they're anything but. Their carefully crafted image is just a big mirage, friends, a performance, a great big lie. So when it comes to protecting yourself from a covert narcissist, the first thing you want to do is identify and acknowledge. You can't deal with what you don't acknowledge. And don't get me wrong here, this isn't to say that you can change the person you suspect is a covert narcissist. I assure you, you cannot. What it means is, if something feels off, if there are strange patterns of behavior, if there's repeated instances of so-called miscommunication, if you find their attitudes are odd, if you have a strange feeling in your stomach around this person, pay attention. Trust yourself. Tell yourself the truth when you get that sick feeling in your stomach. As Maya Angelou is famous for having said, when they show you who they are, believe them the first time. And this means paying attention to patterns of thinking and behaving that deep down you intuitively know aren't healthy. Don't ignore red flags. Yes, give people the benefit of the doubt, but when things don't add up on repeat, don't lie to yourself about that. When you can see that they are very easily slighted or offended, when their jaw clenches over what is basically nothing, sometimes as simple as a harmless comment in passing, know that this is their stuff, and the longer you hang around trying to pretend that unhealthy is healthy, the more likely you're going to end up with all of their stuff all over you. So pay attention and tell yourself the truth so you can identify who and what you're dealing with sooner rather than later. Identifying and acknowledging is the first step to protecting yourself from a covert narcissist. And if you want to learn more about the specifics of how to spot covert narcissist personality disorder, you can watch this video here. Next, have realistic expectations. When you identify that you're dealing with a covert narcissist and things start going sideways, don't expect this person to understand your position, see your side of things, hear you, or get it. Don't expect to be able to reason with them or work it out. Don't expect this person to be real, genuine, authentic, or honest. Everything about the covert narcissist is a performance. They carry deeply buried feelings of shame, insecurity, inferiority, and inadequacy. And because of that, they are terrified that if others found out who they really are, they'd be completely rejected and abandoned. So to avoid what would surely end in painful rejection, they present with this shy, meek, timid, and reserved persona and prefer to be seen as a victim, even to circumstances that they themselves create and perpetuate. So understand that you're not dealing with a well-adjusted adult who has the capacity to sit down and work things out with you. If you aren't willing to support them in perpetuating their false persona they work so hard to convince everyone is the truth of who they are, you will be attacked, covertly, of course. Don't set yourself up for that unnecessarily. Next, cut your losses. Accept the reality that you've invested in a counterfeit relationship, painful and disappointing as that may be. It wasn't real. No matter how genuine your intent may have been, theirs was not. Accept that reality for what it is and cut your losses. They don't have the emotional or psychological equipment necessary to be real and genuine. And because they're operating from such a fragile false persona, no matter what has gone on, what they've done or not done, you will always be the problem, the issue, and the one at fault. You know, because they're so innocent, right? Do not assume that because you're telling the truth, making sense, showing up with facts, having all manner of proof, or any of that will help you when you're trying to get through to a covert narcissist. One of their favorite manipulation tactics is the circular, mind-bending, never-ending, crazy-making conversation that goes nowhere fast. No matter how hard you try, how hard you work to improve your communication skills, how much time, energy, effort you pour into it, they will not hear you. And further, they enjoy it. They like it a lot. They're being fed your vital life force energy while all of this is going on. So do yourself a favor. Don't go there. Now, another way to protect yourself from a covert narcissist is distance yourself. In so much as you are able, as quietly as you can manage, with as little drama and trauma as possible, remove yourself from the dynamic and do not look back. Nothing changes with these people, and once they know the gig is up and you're onto them, there is no turning back. You will forever be a threat. They will always be at risk of their false persona being exposed for what it is. You now have a target on your back. So friends, it doesn't get any better from here. Distance and boundaries will be your best friend now. And if you want to learn more about how to set boundaries with a narcissist in a way that works, you can watch this video here. Now comment below and tell me whether or not you've ever been duped by a covert narcissist. And if so, who were they? Let me know in the comments section below. And if you'd like to learn more about the possibility of working with me in my 8-week transformational coaching program, The Freedom Class, there is a link in the description below where you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. Next, expect passive aggressive. Covert narcissists tend to have a lot of people believing their narrative and buying into this false persona, namely the "I'm such a super duper human" act. And because of that, they have a lot at stake, a lot to lose. So they have everything to gain by making you the villain to their victim, and they're willing to do and say whatever it takes to make you look bad. Unlike the more overt and grandiose narcissist who will take you on head on, the covert narcissist is much more cowardly, manipulative, and sneaky. Meaning, when it comes to payback, they'll do it in a way that protects their nice girl or good guy image. My grandmother used to say, no matter what, they always come up smelling like roses. And although I didn't know it at the time, looking back, she was talking about covert narcissists. That's the aim of the covert narcissist. No matter how shitty they've behaved, they'll have their captive audience and little entourage all convinced that they're the one who has been treated poorly and victimized. They'll have people saying things like, "There, there, poor thing. She or he is such a big, bad meanie." And that right there is grade A narcissistic supply for a covert narcissist. They're literally willing to go to any lengths to get that type of narcissistic supply. So know this. When you start triggering their insecurities without even realizing you've done so, just by showing up and being you, knowing things they don't know, doing things they can't do, they won't come at you head on. Rather, what they'll do is set you up to look bad. And they have a million passive-aggressive ways up their sleeve to do that. Then they'll claim to be, oh, so innocent and have no idea what you mean. It sounds like this. "No, I never said that. That's not what I said. That's not what happened." So unless you enjoy being gaslit, save your breath and just walk away quietly. Leave the dynamic. You are fully dealing with a tar baby here, and again, it doesn't get better. So the best thing you can do is not engage anymore, ever again, at all. I promise you, you'll be much better off. Which leads me to my next point. Do not call them out. Now look, sometimes calling a thing can be rather empowering and cathartic. But when it comes to protecting yourself from a covert narcissist, this is generally not a good way to go. So do not call them out unless you're in a very strong position and you don't care about the smear campaign that will ensue. Because I can assure you, it's already underway. And if your self-esteem in your life are in a place where you're pretty bulletproof in the face of that sort of thing, then by all means, fill your boots. But if you're not there yet, don't go there. Just get away as quickly and quietly as you can manage. The truth is, exposing them is never a good idea simply because these are empathy impaired people who lack boundaries and will without question be willing to go to any lengths to protect their phony, covert narcissist facade, identity, and false persona. They'll be willing to say whatever it takes to make you look and sound as bad as possible in order to save their own ass and their own image. And if you want to hear more on that subject, you can watch my video here called How to Expose the Narcissist for Who They Are. It's a good one. And last but not least, get out, move on, and never look back. No contact is a very powerful strategy when taking care of and protecting yourself from any narcissistic person. This, of course, is made a lot easier when you have a solid support system surrounding you. People who have lived it, people who get it, they understand the gaslighting, the manipulation, the scapegoating, and they know what it takes to extricate yourself and heal for real. People who can help you stay out of confusion, stay clear, above the hurtful and distorted narratives. People who can support you in doing your healing and recovery work, which is the best protection of all. When we do our work, we become pretty immune to this kind of person and all the nonsense they bring to the table of any relationship. And it's not that we never bump into narcissistic people again, or even that they don't succeed in duping us temporarily. The difference is we catch on sooner, and when we do, we know exactly what we need to do to take care of ourselves, no matter who believes the bullshit storyline the narcissist is running with. And we're much stronger, more clear, more confident, and therefore more able to cut and cauterize from a place of alignment with our personal integrity, sense of self-love, self-esteem, and self-respect. Things the covert narcissist will never know anything about. Not in this lifetime. My friends, I hope you got some value out of this today. If you liked what you heard, be sure to drop a like and a comment. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And again, if you're new to my channel, a very special welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos throughout the week. And if you'd like to learn more about the possibility of working with me in my 8-week transformational coaching program, The Freedom Class, there is a link in the description below where you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. And with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. As always, I will leave you with this. Know your value. Know your value and unlock your freedom. Mwah! Much love. Bye for now.